in an Olympics.
Yeah.
One of the questions, I guess, for both of you is because you started fighting very, very early as well, as what you debut as a pro at 18.
Yeah, because that was the legal age for MMA. It was 18.
So I have a question for both of you. As young guys, did you feel the relationship to pressure be very different? Like, say, for example, maybe going to Olympic trials now as a grown man versus going as a 16-year-old. As a 16-year-old, maybe you didn't know the full gravity of what you were doing at the time, didn't let the pressure get to you, or yourself, like as an 18-year-old starting to fight in MMA before you grasp necessarily the full concept of what you know now. I don't know, what's the relationship with that?
I can't imagine what it would be like to be going to the Olympics at 16. Like when I was 21, I got into the Ultimate Fighter House, and the only thing I could think about the whole time was all the free kit. Like, was all the free kit, all the gloves,
that's what he was doing.
All the clothes, the shirt. And I was like, I am set. Like, I got so much stuff. Like, and that was at 21. So, like, I can't imagine at 16 what it would have been like to be given all this kit, to be treated, to be put on, because you would have been put on a bit of a pedestal as like the competing team, and put into the village, and I can't imagine what that would have been like.
Yeah, man, I remember getting my kit. They took us to the big factory, giving us all this Aussie gear, bro. It was Christmas, but yeah, I think that's where what my dad was saying earlier about the way I fought. I fought with sort of ego. Like I felt like people thought I was too young to be there, so I went out there to try and prove myself instead of box smart, which I'm a smart boxer. You know what I mean? So I think it sort of backfired on that, but in a sense where I did make that, it's helped me grow so much, and doing it at such a young age, it's helped me experience things at a young age as well. You know what I mean? So now I'm 24, and I feel like I've done a lot of things that people haven't even done while they're 24.
100%. Do you feel like it kind of set the bar a bit? You know, even though like you think you won that fight, like it was a close fight.
It was a platform to be where we're at today.
Yeah, like it set the bar, and you're like, okay, there's killers in the world.
Yeah,
that's right.
I got to work.
Yeah. And you know who won the gold medal in the games? Usyk. You know that Usyk, the cruiserweight
Ukrainian.
Yeah. So he won the gold medal. So my eyes were on him because I knew he was fucking dangerous.
But he wasn't number one ranked, eh?
No, he wasn't. The guy that he fought, he ended up getting the bronze medal. So the guy that he drew first, he's ranked number one in the world.
But Usyk has won, like, I don't know how many amateur fights.
Yeah, now
had a million amateur fights,
Put him up there, so.
No, back then he had like 400 or 500 friggin' fights. Him and Lemonchenko and all those Europeans, because their circuit's different from Australia and New Zealand and all the South Pacific boxing community, or Oceania as they call it. So.
At the moment, you're ranked 11th WBA, 12th IBF, and 15th in the WBO. So how far away are you from? Because you know we are talking people to. I think maybe not the next, but probably the one after that, world champion. But how far do you guys think?
Not far at all. You know, I've got a good team behind me, and they're doing their job to get me to the belt. But I'm saying we've got about 2-3 max domestic to clean my backyard. There's a few names that have, up here, and I feel like if I don't clean my own backyard, there's always going to be sort of that, he should fight him. So I feel like if I clean this whole Oceania region out, then everyone sort of get behind me to take on the world. And that's all boxing's about, Like, you need to support the fighter out of your country. But and then we're looking at a world title shot in about six fights, Like that's realistic. So it's not far.
Probably by the end of next year. That's the plan they've got.
So keep winning.
Hopefully over here, but we don't want to go over there. When we can do it here, but we need the backing to do it here.
Yeah.
If we can get a bit of backing, I think from our last show that we had, we got some really, really good feedback of it. And I think it'll just slowly progress, going further and bigger and harder. Like, we're ready to take on any of the top 10 in the world tomorrow if we wanted to. But we just got to do it wisely. He's only 24, so I think we should just take our time.
Yeah, it's not a huge rush.
Everyone's saying, "Get on, man, come on, shut up."
Yeah.
What was it like for you? Because you were in a similar position to him at 24. You were breaking into the top 10, top 15 in the world in your respective sport. And then, so it's a kind of like a parallel with your careers. I don't know if, advice sounds like a condescending term, but I don't know what kind of talk would you have for him? Because he's not that far apart in age, but in sport, that's a fair bit.
I guess the biggest thing for me was that I just had to take it one fight at a time. Just focus everything you have. I focused everything I had on this one fight, on beating this one guy. And then when I'll beat him, it was the next guy, I'm going to beat you now. And then, 2 years passed by, and then you're there. Then I was there.
And it happens so quick too.
Yeah. That's all you got to do is keep freaking winning.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
That makes sense. Just the one fight at a time.
Yeah. Just because you can't look past it. There is nothing past it. Because the roads are different depending on a win or a loss. So you just this fight means everything. Every fight for me was like a world title fight. Fighting for the title wasn't more important to me than any of the other fights before it. And just defending the belt in October is not different for me. It's the same. It's the exact same. Yeah. I just want to beat you because I don't want to get beat up. So, yeah.
How much has it helped you, do you think, having an extensive amateur career and travelling and all of that?
Huge, bro. Massive, mate.